So Wuthering Waves may have one of the smartest marketing strategies that I've ever seen, and I really hope that it pays off. Recently, you may have seen with the gacha revenue chart, Wuthering Waves hasn't been looking too hot. They made 13.5 million last month, which again is still a pretty decent amount, and in my last video I actually talked about it at length and whether it's something to be worried about, whether the revenue is going to go up and some future changes we're going to see. But obviously a lot of these future changes that I talk about have actually been mentioned in this Black Shores preview. And in this Black Shores preview they talk about a ton of new stuff. Obviously the Black Shores come into the game, some new mechanics, some new characters, and a ton more content coming to the game in general. But obviously these updates are all cool and that, but it won't work without the correct marketing, and I think the Wuthering Waves have really hit the nail on the head here. In this video we're going to be going through a couple of marketing things that Wuthering Waves have actually been doing. As you know, I like to cover a lot of the advertising kind of side of Wuthering Waves on this channel. I do like to, go through a lot of their JP advertising, some of the English advertising, and even some of the Chinese advertising to see how they're doing and how they compare to their previous game, Punishing Grey Raven, which obviously didn't have much advertising at all. But Wuthering Waves have recently done a few things, especially with the new character Changli to kind of promote their game and also to compete with some other gacha games in the space, and honestly I find it kind of surprising. But before I get into all of that, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video, and also go to GamerSubs, use my code Kazoe and get yourself 10% off a ton of cups and tubs. As I mentioned in the last video, they actually have a really cool event going on at the moment where you can actually get free shipping on all of your orders as long as you use my code, so I definitely recommend going over there, having a look, and getting some free shipping and 10% off using my code. But let's get back into the video. Yeah, as I said, this developer's message was huge, and there was a lot of stuff that Kuro Games covered, and it was really exciting to see. Now, they did miss out a lot of other things like the shorekeeper and some details like that, which I'm sure that we'll see in the future, and if anything, is kind of exciting to see, because obviously it means they've probably left out a few other bits of information too, which we don't know about. So hopefully we do get surprised in this next update. But what I've been saying is that the Black Shores is going to be the update that is going to, kind of expand the world of Wuthering Waves and kind of expand it to new region, which again is super exciting. But with releasing new regions, you need to build up the hype, and also you need to build up the overall marketing and advertising campaign. We've seen it with Natlan and Genshin Impact. Obviously they've been building that up for months now. And obviously the game's out now and there's a ton of people playing it, even people that used to hate Genshin Impact are now playing the game, which again is absolutely amazing to see from Hoyoverse. And obviously they had a very good run whenever it comes to marketing. But just the other day, Wuthering Waves actually released a trailer for Zhangli. It's called The Ultimate Truth, and it says, "One day I'll reach the stars on a path of my own choosing." And pretty much they say claim Resonator Zhangli for free from the 7th of September to the 28th of September. Participate in the By the Moon's Grace event and earn popularity from the Moon Chasing Festival upon reaching specific popularity. The 5-star Resonator Zhangli can be claimed from the Converging Pass event page. Retweet this post and we'll choose 5 winners for a character standee and 5 for a flowing sand ornament. Again, that last bit was kind of irrelevant, but pretty much they released this entire trailer for Zhangli, which I probably will play throughout this video. And it's a really, really cool trailer. I think that if this wasn't a character that we're getting for free, I possibly would have pulled for him. Usually I don't pull a lot of male characters in, gacha games and stuff because they're not designed as well. I think that's a big argument. I did bring this up on my Twitter a while ago that people they say, oh, people don't pull on male characters don't sell. Well, it's pretty much because these gacha games aren't making them good. Maybe they're really good in terms of the meta and in terms of doing damage, but in terms of overall design and overall, depth of character, I just don't think they work on them, nearly enough, and that's why no one really pulls on them. But it seems like with Zhangli, this is a little bit different. It seems like, with the trailer and stuff, they really cooked with the music, and they really cooked with his overall design. And obviously this has got 3 million views, which is quite a lot of views for a gacha game, especially for Wuthering Waves. So it's super exciting to see that they've gotten this popularity from this trailer. But also, you may have noticed one thing, which is that also on the same day, Zenless Zone Zero released their banner for Jane Doe. Jane Doe is a massive character. Honestly, this has been blowing up my Twitter feed with her overall design. Obviously, lots of people like it in many ways possible. Pretty much, this was released on the 4th of September, and so was this trailer. And it seems like Wuthering Waves are really trying to compete with Zenless Zone Zero here. And obviously, which one's the bigger banner? I think Jane Doe is going to do a lot better than Zhangli. But it is really nice to see that Wuthering Waves do have some marketing strategies in mind to kind of compete with this kind of stuff. And I think it kind of proves that they're not trying to compete with Genshin Impact. They're not trying to compete with Honkai Star or some of these massive games that have already been established for over a year. And obviously Genshin Impact for years. They're trying to compete with the game that came out at a similar time, which is Zenless Zone Zero. And obviously, releasing a free 5-star where you actually have to, engage with the game, which again, I think is another great move by, Kuro Games, saying participate in the By the Moon's Grace event and earn popularity. It means someone has to go into the game, do the event, and actually gain some points in this event so that you can get this character, making them inadvertently play the game, Because a lot of people out there, whenever it comes to gacha games and Wuthering Waves, and even I do the same, you think about playing Wuthering Waves, but then you just can't be asked. Whereas if you got some kind of motivator like claiming a free 5-star, someone will get into the game, and they'll probably play the game even more than they were intending on doing it, because, you know, Wuthering Waves is a good game. It's just that thought and that, you know, actual action of getting into the game to do this event, to claim Changli. We'll get more players playing just for this, and also, you know, people will play afterwards and realize, hey, actually there's a lot of stuff to actually still do in this game, which again I think is amazing. And pretty much they're trying to take away a lot of the attention from the Jane Doe banner, obviously, because Jane Doe, you literally just need to pull on it and then you've got her, you know. It's pretty easy, you know, you can play around with her a bit if you want, but again, once you pulled her, there's not really any kind of time sensitive stuff compared to the Zhang stuff, because obviously they said from the 7th to the 28th of September, you only have that amount of time to actually do the event. So someone's probably going to be more inclined to play Wuthering Waves straight away, and then maybe play a little bit of Zenless Zone Zero and pull for the character just to get her, which kind of takes up a lot of time for people. So obviously someone's going to go for Wuthering Waves, seeing as it's more time sensitive. But in terms of overall hype, obviously the Jane Doe banner has been absolutely massive. And I don't think that this trailer and this event is going to necessarily kill it or anything. I think it's actually going to do the opposite. I think Jane Doe's actually going to triumph over this, and I think, you know, it's just way too big of a banner to be competing with. But it is really good to see that Wuthering Waves are actually trying to, you know, compete with this kind of stuff, compete with Zenless Zone Zero, and hopefully we'll see it more in the future with the Black Shores update, and with, you know, some of the other updates coming to the game soon. Because obviously, you know, in the past, Wuthering Waves adapted their schedule to kind of compete with Zenless Zone Zero in terms of updates, in terms of bringing out new characters, which is probably why we're also partially seeing this happening now with the Zhang Liao banner, and, you know, with him coming out at the same time as Jane Doe. It's probably because, you know, the banners have kind of aligned and they're coming out at the same time. But I definitely think that this event to get him for free was planned by Kuro Games to come out at the same time as this Zenless Zone Zero banner, to kind of keep people interested in Wuthering Waves before Zhang Liao comes out. Because again, I think they actually have really cooked this character, and I think that a lot of people, if they just go and play the game and go and play Zhang Liao, they will enjoy it. And hopefully this has worked out for Wuthering Waves, and that we'll see an increase in the gacha revenue soon. Because I think that next month with the gacha revenue chart, we're going to see Zenless Zone Zero skyrocketing again with the Jane Doe banner. I reckon it's going to be up in like the 40-45 million kind of area. I don't think it's going to go up too much, like 70s or whatever, because usually that's what you're going to get on like a release day. Obviously on the release day we got 99 million, so I don't think it's going to go anything super explosive, but I definitely think it's going to go up with the release of Jane Doe, and hopefully with the release of Zhang Liao and maybe the Shorekeeper. I'm not sure whenever the Shorekeeper is actually coming out. Wuthering Waves can actually go up a little bit too, because we've been declining every single month, which again isn't great to see. But as I mentioned in my previous video, we have had a few slower updates, and, you know, a lot of these games have had some more higher updates and more, you know, interesting updates that have brought them up on the gacha revenue chart. So at some point, some of these games aren't going to have some, you know, interesting events going on, and Wuthering Waves might. So hopefully we'll see this go up in the future soon, because I do want to see Wuthering Waves succeed. I think it's a very good game that the developers work hard on and actually want people to play and actually enjoy making. But with Wuthering Waves, I think that money is, you know, just a small issue for them. Obviously, I said about a quote of someone saying, as long as it's, you know, making a fine amount of money, like enough to actually run, they're going to keep making it, because they do enjoy making Wuthering Waves and, you know, giving a lot of content to you guys. So again, it seems like Wuthering Waves are really trying with a lot of their marketing, and hopefully we can see this, you know, in the gacha revenue chart and in other kind of metrics soon. Yeah, that's about what I got for this video. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think. Do you think that this is a good kind of move from Wuthering Waves, or do you think that it's not really going to do much, and that, you know, not very many people are going to come over for a free Zhang Liao? And yeah, that's pretty much all I got for this video. And if you enjoyed this video, then don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and also go to Gamer Subs and use my code KAZA, where you can get yourself 10% off. And as I said, you can also get free shipping with that code too, so I definitely recommend going to go check it out. Yeah, that's pretty much all I got, and I'll see you guys in the next one. So, see ya!